The internet is angry today.
Hi, everybody.
Hopefully it stays working this time. Is it the weather? Is there crazy weather other places? It is nice here.
Yeah, this is beautiful. A little cloudy. Not
Mhm.
too bad, though.
Warm-ish.
It's quite warm. I'm in a t-shirt.
This evening podcast. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, tell me if you can hear me. Hopefully we got this thing working.
This dang technology.
I know. When did phones stop being good? We're getting a bunch of comments. It seems like people are here.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
Comment if you can hear me, just to make sure. Loud and clear. We're good to go.
All right.
All right, John, tell us what's wrong with your car now that we're done screwing around for the last 20 minutes trying to get the internet to work.
So what's wrong with my car is I just basically skipped a step when I built it because I've never built anything with push rods before, and I didn't realize how important push rod length was. So it can be affected by everything. I mean, if you have an aftermarket cam and the grind on it on your your low cam is just slightly different, or say your head gasket's slightly thicker, slightly thinner, anything like that can affect it. So what we have here is, you can probably see it when I push on this rocker, that it is kind of loose.
Let me get in there. Let me get real in there. Let me get in there.
And you can see I can...
Let me get... Will it focus? Can I tell it to focus? There we go. Go ahead. Yeah.
Doesn't
I see that.
look like a ton, but for one of these, it is a ton.
Well, imagine, how many is there? 16 of them? At 2,000 RPMs, that much play, what it would sound like.
Yeah, that's the noise we're getting.
Yeah.
So like 1,700 to like 2,200 RPM, it like and
Yeah.
it goes away, and then it comes back. So I'm here to fix that with a tool I should have used from the beginning. This is a push rod that is adjustable. So I just watched a video on how to use this because I had no idea how to use this. Pretty cool though. You slap it down in there. Boop. You take your rocker, and you got to make sure you're on low cam for this. Tighten your rocker down. All right, so right there, way too short. So then you just reach back here. I mean, they made it look really easy in the video, but it's kind of hard to spin. I can't actually.
You might have picked a hard one, too.
Yeah, that probably would have been easier.
That's okay.
But I can't. Come on. I think the whole thing is spinning. Anyways, you spin that until your rocker is nice and tight. It would be like that. And then you pop your rocker back off. Once you have zero lash with this adjustable push rod. You take this and you measure this. And then that'll tell you how long your push rods need to be. Which it's down to like the thousandths. I think they sell them in 50 thousandths increments. So I have 7.4 inch push rods right now. The next size up is 50 thousandths over that, and then 50 thousandths over that, and so on. So we're gonna measure this and get a little bit longer ones. And I found them on Amazon. BTR has them on Amazon. I have them tomorrow.
How much are they?
$48.
For all of them?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that's thick boys.
That's
So-
Chevy life.
Yeah, that's Chevy life for you right there. These are upgraded ones too. I just got OE length though. These are 7.4s, and I need probably like 7.4.50. Something like that.
Okay.
Take up that lash. That's what I'm doing. Other than that, the car's great.
Okay. They're asking for some life advice.
Life advice?
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever building a V8 engine, save yourself the headache and the turmoil, because every time I've driven this car, I've just thought, those push rods aren't right. Every time I've driven it, I'm like, those aren't right. I know they're not right, but I didn't want to tear it back down. So if you're building an engine with push rods, measure your push rods. Even if you're putting all the same parts back together.
Just
do it.
measure it.
Just measure it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Take the time. This tool is like $11. I have lost probably 15 hours of sleep over the last month, which is not worth $11.
Yeah. Degree your camshaft before you put your engine together.
Luckily, they're not so sloppy. It shouldn't have hurt the cam or done anything
Okay.
weird. So yeah.
Well, we've got people back in here now. Let's talk about something else that you've done
Oh, wow,
recently.
I'm gonna run you guys through a scenario real quick.
Don't toot your own horn or anything, but
Oh my gosh, I need to turn my wheels, but my car won't start because my valve cover's off. Oh, it's so hard to turn. What if I hit this switch?
that was pretty cool, actually. The noise is not. They shut it back off. I want to give you guys a close up of that noise of that thing firing up.
It takes a second. It takes like.
Well, I thought it was broken. I was like, oh,
4 seconds.
here we go. He's tooting his own horn, and then. All right, I'm gonna get you guys right on this thing. Go ahead. That's a wild sound that thing makes. It's pretty cool. It's like a Tesla. Hardly tell it's running.
That has improved the way this car drives more than anything else I've done. Because I don't know if it's the camber, it's probably the caster, but before with no power steering, you would be like in a turn, like really fighting it.
Yeah.
Now it feels great.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Got a couple questions. One, is that a Volvo electric steering pump?
Yes, sir. It's off of like all Volvo cars
Yep.
from like 2005 to like 13 or something.
Yep.
It's like Volvo S60s, 40s, all those.
This guy knows his Volvo pumps when he sees them.
Mm-hmm. Good eye.
Sounds like the Jetsons car.
I like it a lot.
Didn't it like...
It was like,
beep, 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 beep? Yeah,
if it was braking, it would sound exactly like it.
yeah. And how much do you like the LS Swap 240? That's a question from Spurlock.
I love it. I really, really like it. I like it more than I thought I would. I was worried it was going to feel trucky. I was worried the engine was going to
Well,
feel lazy.
I think that might be the answer you need to give. Is if you do it right.
Yes. So don't put a truck cam in it. I know a guy who did one and he put a truck cam in it, and when he would rev it, it sounded lazy. So I built this to the specs of an LS3. So this has LS3 compression, basically just a slightly bigger LS3 cam, and the heads are basically from a Corvette, and so is the intake.
So LS3 is Corvette?
Yeah, LS3 is Corvette. So it's all built to those specs, and it feels like a car engine. It doesn't run like a truck engine anymore. So I think if you were to take one from a truck and put it in one of these, it wouldn't be quite as fun because it wouldn't be so snappy.
Yeah.
It would feel kind of lazy, which is not what this car's about. This car's about being like snappy and light and fun, and I think it fits it pretty well. I was really worried about me not liking the feel of it. Now,
Did you mention anything about the transmission?
so that's actually, I'm gonna say a downside. I really wanted to keep the, it has a 350Z transmission in it, for those of you who don't know. I really wanted to keep it because I want to keep that nice tight ratio Jap feel. Doesn't quite work with the engine that great. I see why people like the T56 because the gears just don't feel long enough. I'm always wanting a higher gear, always. I start ripping it and I'm just like, I want to be in fourth, I want to be in fifth because that's where it pulls the best. So I would love if all my gears were higher. So I'm glad I did it. It's an interesting transmission setup, but I don't know if I'd go through the trouble of doing it. I would, every gear I'm like, I wish this was higher. First, second, third, I'm like, I wish this was a higher gear, a longer gear.
Now, can you remedy that with final gear?
Yes, but there's not really options, an easy option for final gearing with this car without going with like a 350Z diff or like an Armada diff or doing like a quick change.
So you think that might be the issue, is the combination of a lower gear ratio rear diff for something that had low power and then putting it with a transmission that was meant for a longer rear diff?
Yes. This transmission's meant to go with a 330 rear diff.
And also with a car that revs to however high they rev.
Yeah, like 72
Yeah.
or something. This is only revving to 62. And yeah, so a 350Z has like a 3.3 rear end. This is a 408. This is super low rear end. So like first gear is useless. I mean, you come out of first at like 20 miles an hour. It is so slow.
Yeah.
So I think a rear diff might actually like completely change the way the transmission feels.
Yeah. J57F just asked, did you ever email back the fella that said it wouldn't fit?
I didn't. I didn't. He was very adamant about it not fitting.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he was right. It didn't fit.
But also technically he was wrong.
Technically he was wrong.
Because it fits. It exists. It's right in front of
It
you.
exists. But if
You
someone,
got to believe it because you're looking right at it.
if someone called me and said, "Hey, I want to put this in my car. Does it fit?" I would give a better answer, but pretty much no. It does not fit.
Yeah. Not to say that we have any more skill than anybody else, but maybe just a little bit more ambition to do this one. Because really, it's less about, it's interesting. It's less about that it didn't fit and more we had to do so much extra work to make it fit.
It's just how bad you want it to fit.
Yeah, it was.
If you have no ties to this transmission and you don't already have two of them, then I would just get a T56 personally. I think that's probably the way to go. So if you're
Yes.
doing this, probably just snag T56.
Yeah,
I
for
already
sure.
had two of these transmissions, and I liked that when I did research about it, no one was saying anything. Like, no one's really ever done it. So
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
gotcha,
I like that.
gotcha.
But it does shift great. I love the way this transmission shifts. The gears
Yeah.
just all feel very low.
Yeah. Fellas, you need to come over here. If you got a second, they're filming something. And then they'll come over here. When you're done filming your bit over there, you gotta come over here. I got one more question. I'm sorry, you want to keep answering this first question? You got something else to say about
I just had one more thing to say about the transmission. So, like, it has so much power from, like, 3,000 RPM that when I shift it, like, 6,200, it only drops to, like, 55. And I'm like, I could be dropping this back down to, like, 4,500 and then pull the rest of the way through and not have a shift. That's, like, how I feel about the ratios.
it? Gotcha.
Did you call him out?
Not yet. All right. Scotty. Yeah. This Evening Tonight podcast just donated $50 and asked a question with it.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Thank
I'll
you.
answer any question for $50.
Yeah, what do you want to
I mean, really, yeah.
If you want us to answer your question, send us $50. Well, this one's kind of interesting. So he says, life advice question. How to convince my fiance to let me help restore her 69 Camaro. She trusts family friends, but doesn't fully understand how I can work on vehicles. Restore multiple cars in my life. We've been dating for 3 years.
My first.
Did you get all that? Everybody understand the question?
He's wanting to convince her.
He's wanting to convince
Let him help her.
to let him help, but it seems like she has a lot of sentimental value in the car and is very careful on who works on it. Is the way I understand that. If I'm saying anything wrong, this Evening Tonight podcast, correct me, but I think that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Dating for.
They've been dating for 3 years.
I feel like. Go ahead, John.
Oh, I'm first up.
Yeah.
I would just express how much it would mean to you to be able to work on it. 'Cause it seems like it means a lot to you to be able to do this. So just try to express how much it would mean to you if you could be the one to do it.
Yeah, and if you guys been together for 3 years, you're pretty serious. And if she plans on keeping the car for a long time, that'll be a cool thing you guys have together
Yeah.
forever.
So, it's not currently being restored.
It seems like it is currently being restored, but not. It's by family friends.
She doesn't want.
And he wants to help
Yes.
them. I mean, there really, I don't know if there is a right or wrong answer. It's really just you're kind of in this place where it's already being worked on.
Yeah.
So now, if it was something that you could start from scratch, if you could find something that both of you could restore together as a project and build the two of you,
Yeah.
that would be really cool. But I kind of understand both sides of it, right? Like, I understand where he wants to be involved in it.
Yeah.
And I she's coming from in that, you know, it's already in the works.
Yeah.
So I would just tell her your feelings at this point. That's probably the best thing you could do. Just tell her how you feel about it and sit down and have a talk and see what you guys can come up with.
Yeah, and if at the end of the day you've talked it all out and everything, then just build a better Camaro, and at the end race. No, I do understand it. Cars have insane sentimental value to us and to a lot of other people. So I get where she's being careful with it. It could have been a family member of hers that she got it passed down from, which and most of the time that's where the sentimental value comes from them. And I don't know. I think working on it together. I don't think maybe working on it by yourself without her is a bad idea, but maybe if you guys could together go do simple things on it first. Do something simple, you know? Go out and paint the wiper arms and make them look nice, or, you know, shine the taillights up or something, and work your way up to the bigger things. But it would be hard to say, let's go put a 383 stroker in it real quick.
Go put a can.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, you know, that's it's not as much of the car as it is that he feels like she's not letting him into that aspect of their relationship of the car. And so maybe just talk about that and talk about maybe coming up with something that you can do on the car and see how she feels about it.
Got you.
Talk it out.
Well, there's been a couple more comments. So it's sitting in her dad's old barn. All the things we've said up to this point pretty much nailed it. It's been sitting in her dad's barn. It's hers now. He passed away about 2 years ago. So that's where the sentimental value comes from. But he wants more than anything to bring it back for her. I think that it would be a better thing to bring it back with her.
Yeah.
I understand that wanting to surprise her with it, but only being together for 3 years, maybe that would be, especially if she was like a daddy's girl or something, that would be a bad situation. But I think baby steps.
Yeah.
I think baby steps. Go out and wash it. See if you guys can go out and just clean it up, and start there. Just start by washing it up, and then one thing at a time.
Especially with something like that, it's kind of, I don't want to say sore subject, but you know what I mean?
No,
Kind of
there's
like a tender.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
emotion tied to that car for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the
Understanding that.
yeah. I think that's a good conclusive thought on it. He seems to agree with that answer. So cool.
Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it.
Yeah, seriously. That's it.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. All right, Scott, do you have anything interesting to say? I can only go so far because the phone we were using didn't work, and now we're using my phone, which was dead. So I'm on a cord right now.
In the midst of a long, drawn-out battle with a blue plug. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Can't get it, dude.
it's stuck.
It's pretty good. Stuck pretty good. Yeah.
Can we get it for you?
I'll keep.
No, I'm gonna watch you. I'll watch you mess with it for a minute.
It's not as much the plug as it is the contortion that I have to do to get it.
Is it up in there?
I've got it pretty well. Pretty well where I can get it.
Well, we can't get a very good view of the plug, but we can get a pretty good view of Scott.
How you like that? That's worth the donation.
No, you are way up in there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Let me try to get to focus. Your light down there is a little bit.
Here, I can turn it off. It's not really doing anything. So I have the tab released, and I'm just trying to get it.
So what's this plug go to?
It's this guy. Here.
Oh, those are hard to get apart. They're always
insane.
they're so hard to get apart.
So
They're like friction fit.
Yeah, they are. I was laying down and I got this this lump in my neck, just trying to force in my neck, and I couldn't move my left I'm stroking out over a plug.
Oh man, can you guys tell that the sun's out? Everybody's happier and smiling and laughing. It's a good time.
We got the door open. That's
We're out of the doldrums.
crazy for this area. Nothing too interesting.
Scott, you got hi from Robert
Hey, buddy.
Hirschberger. You know that name?
I don't think I do. Can Robert refresh my memory if I'm supposed to?
Yeah, Scott's pretty bad.
He's got
$50, dude. That's insane. That's sick.
How much boost that Subaru pushing?
Right now, 5 psi.
Do you
I haven't gone over 5.
do you have it set to 5, or you've just not throttled past
No,
5?
I haven't throttled past 5.
It's a really cool car.
I love it.
Besides all the gutted pieces right now, we're working on it, but it
falling
is
apart
a
pretty good,
super nice car.
I'm about to call in John, phone a friend, dude.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
He's really good at that kind of stuff.
That's what I was just telling Nathan on the video.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to distract you, but I mean, it was $50.
Like, yeah. Alright. Thinking I got it. Mostly.
Got it.
I think I did.
So you're trying to trick your Subaru that not only that it's manual, but that it's a different Subaru.
Yes.
That it's not even the same Subaru anymore.
Hopefully without having an identity crisis. So, we'll see.
Where's the ramp truck? It may be coming back sooner than you think. We've got an adventure coming up soon, as long as everything works out and the filming goes properly. We'll have out to you guys pretty soon. That is pretty exciting. Another abandoned big old truck. Does that sound fun to you guys? It's a little newer than the last one, but it's got a similar character. And then we're going to try to use it for some bones for the ramp truck. But we got to get it back and look at the logistics on that before we commit to that. I do want to do a Chevy Love on the ramp truck burnouts. I was just messing around with the Chevy Love the other day a little bit. It's at my it's in a carport at my dad's house right now. And I was over there doing some stuff and had a couple minutes to work on it. What kind of car challenges do you guys have planned for the future for these projects? I'm not a drag racing guy, but currently building a Mustang swap built for drag and drive. Max budget is $10K.
That's cool. I like that.
For these cars, we're just going to take them to 3 events all together. We'll take all the cars to all 3 events and then see if they'll let us put all 3 cars in all 3 events. I hope that we can convince whoever's doing tech that the Buick should be allowed on an autocross track. That's the main thing I'm worried about. They'll let it drag and they'll let anything drift, but on an autocross track, they're a little bit more. They don't.
It's 20.
Yeah, so that might be tricky. The 240, as long as we keep the hood shut, I don't see a reason why they wouldn't let it on an autocross track. Especially, I mean, it's not too cambered out right now. It's not too crazy looking.
As long as you keep the hood shut.
And then it better be raining the day we try to drift the Subaru.
Better hope it's snowing in July.
So we're going to try to get them all three. Yes, the 240 is cammed. Try to get them all three into all three events that they were built for and see overall who built the car that can do the most things the bestest. Right? That'll be cool.
I don't think the Subaru would drift.
No, the Subaru won't drift. On those tires, it won't drift. And if he tries to drift it, we'll be towing it home with a Buick.
So much
Unless it's wet. If he gets on a wet track, it'll slide. It may not drift. But
You can drift it. You can drift it. You can do it.
on
Not on those tires.
not on those tires. Yeah, we're gonna have to get the burners on it or something.
If he decided.
You're gonna have to try. It's what we're
If
doing.
you didn't care about it at all, you could definitely do it. You would have to hate the car. You would have to absolutely hate that car.
Yeah, you see, I don't hate it.
He might by then.
Yeah, give us some time.
break the Westlake's out again.
Flies a long way off,
You can drift anything once, is what they said.
right?
That was Spurlock.
You could break out the Westlakes again. Might be able to drift with those. Disconnect the front axles.
What wheels are on that Subaru? What?
The wheels you guys picked.
You remember what they are?
Avid AV6, Nathan? Yeah.
There we go, Avid AV6.
Right.
They are pretty.
AV06 Avid 1.
They turned out really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
so
wheels suit the Subaru.
We did a whole thing where first we had a poll of like, you guys pick the color. We're going to do silver.
I'm trying to get out of that light. It's very...
bronze, and then
Can't see you. Come this way a little bit more.
and once you guys pick the color, then there was like what 3 or 4 sets of wheels, and we had a poll, and those are the ones that the channel picked. So
Yep,
that's the ones we went with.
gotcha.
Very cool.
Leave them bronze, definitely. Agree with you.
All right, I have everything hooked up.
Could pop the front axles out of the Subaru. It's been suggested.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Dude, I love drifting, so drift it all.
Drift all of
We're
it.
gonna take the Civic. We're gonna do it all.
How am I drifting the Civic?
McDonald's trays. Dude.
Oh yeah,
McDonald's
McDonald's trays.
Make a big video.
That would actually be hilarious.
All right, let's see if it is possible to plug and play everything from a manual.
I gotta modify my brand new pool. Don't fit right.
I'm gonna see if this works.
Are you trying it right now?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so I got ECU security, I got a mobilizer and ignition cylinder from a manual plugged into this.
So how do we know it works?
We don't till we turn the key.
So what'll happen if it works?
Then essentially the car thinks it's a manual.
Will it start?
I don't know. I haven't turned the key yet.
That's what I'm. I hear a fuel pump.
Got fuel pump. I got gauges. I got no security light.
Did it work?
Bro, it's running.
So what does that even mean?
Means I can plug my top.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's sick.
So now you got a Cobb on a Forester that's a manual.
Yeah.
That thinks it's a manual.
So it's a manual. So all the inputs must be the same.
If we didn't know, he just went for it.
Yeah, why
Just
not?
just plugged it in.
Plug it all in. See if it's still-
Boost it!
It's running. Why can't you just drive it now?
Run it!
Give us a rev. We're back here.
That sounded.
It's just learning.
So yeah, it's cold, and I also have this generator's really good too.
It's pretty wild. Is it idling at at a different RPM now, like the right RPM?
It's idling at about 1100, but it is cold.
Okay. What's it meant to idle at?
It depends. I mean, for a manual, I don't know, but I know the automatics. Supposedly, when you swap a manual into the auto, it's supposed to idle high, but I never did get that.
And they've got your exhaust valve gap in here, but I don't see idle. A lot of times they used to put the idle numbers on these cards, but I don't see it on here. Sounds like it's coming down though, a little bit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I also want to clean that throttle bar too. 'Cause that's the
Are you filming nothing right now?
Hmm?
You're not filming anything right now? I'm gonna hand you that.
Hey, Devin, somebody asked, where do you work?
Where do we work? We work at Auto. It's it was an auto shop before it was an auto shop channel. Before it was an auto mounted channel.
It was an auto shop before it was auto content.
Yes, exactly. We don't work here though. This isn't the work though.
It's the fun house.
This is the fun house. This is where we have fun. We have two shops. Little shop and big shop. Little shops where we do all our filming, and big shops where we make the money that lets us build these cars to do filming.
You know what the beautiful thing is right now, Devin? Is it is 7:08, and it's just perfectly bright out. Yeah.
It's actually been a problem in my house because my daughter's bedtime. My daughter's bedtime's 8 o'clock.
Oh.
So she doesn't believe that it's night. She doesn't believe it's time to go to bed anymore because the sun's still out.
She thinks you're just gaslighting her.
Yeah, she thinks I'm messing with her. So I go to her
No.
room and she'll come back out and she'll be like, "Is it morning now? Because it's still light outside."
so smart.
She's too smart.
She is.
Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not morning yet. She's like, well, why are you still awake then? I don't know, man.
Rules for thee.
That's hilarious.
Hi.
If
Hi.
anybody needs to use the device, somebody welded a socket to it.
I see that.
Yeah, I need to.
Crazy, dude.
Oh man.
Fixed it. I was pressing the nylon buttons in the new rocker assemblies with the device. And I was like having to hold the socket and hold all the rockers and stuff, and I got sick of it, so I welded it to the device.
That makes sense. It is 11 a.m. or 11:09 in New Zealand.
Did he just answer that?
Yep.
Nice.
Killer R32.
That's what time it is.
Yep.
New Zealand, huh? How's the rotary scene in New Zealand? You guys have some pretty crazy rotaries, kind of like Australia.
Yeah, Mike Carwatch just did one, didn't they?
Yeah, Moog's got an FD.
Oh, that's cool. Is it Moog or Marty? I thought Marty got the FT.
Marty got him mixed up. No, Moog's got the FD.
I don't know. I've only seen the shorts. I've only seen the shorts too, and I believe it is Marty. Moog, because Moog's always making fun of it.
Okay.
Marty is.
Marty.
Marty's the guy with less hair, right?
Marty.
And Moog is the
Moog's the
salt and pepper.
Yes.
Yeah, zip ties.
Dude, it's Emmanuel.
What you doing, Devin?
I am removing my radiator and a lot of other things. I believe that my engine, if you guys watched the dyno video, the engine didn't make as much power as I wanted. And I'm looking into why right now. And my number one suspect on the list is cam timing. I don't think our cam timing is exactly where it should be. I'm not getting as much vacuum as I want. And the way the graph falls off leads us to believe that the cam is not working properly. And also, we called the company that the cam came from to talk about them, or talk to them about our dyno graph, and they kind of said the same thing when I told them what our dyno graph did, where our power dropped off at what RPM, and how aggressively it dropped off at that RPM. They said, yeah, you're having basically a terminal velocity of air issue. The air can't get in and out fast enough with the amount of time the valves are open because they're not opening at the right time. So we're going to look into that, and that is all in basically the timing chain between the timing, the cam gear, and the crank gear. But it's not as simple as just pulling it down and looking and see if the lines are marked up like you would on a factory normal setup, because we have an aftermarket cam, an aftermarket bunch of stuff. We're gonna have to find true top dead center of cylinder 1, and then put a degree wheel, like this one, put that on the crank, and then we need to set this degree wheel on the crank to where we have a perfect 0 at top dead center, and then we can start looking at the center line of intake valve on cylinder 1 and make sure it's at the degree that our cam card says it should be, which is, if I remember right, 106 degrees is where it needs to be on the style. So the crank needs to rotate to 106 degrees before that intake valve is at its center line, at its highest point, but also in the center of its highest point, because it's at its highest point for more than just one moment. One event is what they call it. If that makes any sense. Sorry, that's a lot.
Killer R32 said rotary scene is a bit crazy here.
Oh, that. I've seen some videos of them guys over there. Check out our previous videos. We had an RX-7 for our tail video. If you haven't seen that, it's pretty fun.
If anybody's got any questions, go ahead and pop them in now while they slave away.
Nathan's legs are getting tired.
Yep, I'm sitting down. It's my favorite thing. How long did it take to Dremel the Bridgeport at RX-7?
Not nearly as long as it took to cut the side seals.
The side seals.
Ask Devin about that.
The week of side
Dude, he had so many jokes. Oh, yeah. So probably took me.
I got a degree in the time you did side seals.
Yeah, side seals were way worse than the Bridgeport.
How many piece puzzle do you think you could have done?
So-
by the time you did side seals?
I would say, so like talking intake port, so you got 4, and then 2 exhaust. Exhausts were a little bit quicker, obviously, because it's just one like oval port. But the intake, I would say probably a good 4 hours to do one port really well, and that is opening it up on the iron, making the bridge, and also porting the outside of the outside of the intake port that comes into the iron face, and smoothing all of that. So I mean 4 or 5 hours, maybe a little bit more per port. So yeah, it's pretty time consuming. Probably not gonna do that again. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. See where life takes us. If we get another rotary or not. I don't know.
Killer R32 asks, have you guys done a 24 hours of lemons before?
No, but I do want to do that. That sounds like a fantastic.
No, but we did a 36 hours of F350.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
It was close enough.
Yeah. I think 24 hours of lemons will probably not come close to
We did make that thing run for 24 hours. So basically, if we had it in a race of 24 hours, we could have.
Oh yeah.
We finished it.
We finished.
We finished the race, which
And then some.
yeah.
So, kind of.
But no, I really want to do that. That sounds like such a good time.
Oh, it sure does. That's actually a really good idea for the channel.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. They're not that expensive to enter either.
No, what's the budget? Like 3K?
I don't know what it is. I think it's something like 3K.
Something like 3, but it's also kind of weird because like you need a cage, and I don't think the cage counts as budget.
Yeah.
Not
What's the
exactly.
stipulation?
There's 3K with a cage, is like it's not something.
Yeah. What if I get 2 wrenches at the same time? Okay. Opposite them.
He said, I doubt I have the patience to bridge port properly. For 30 minutes in, I'd be reaching for the plasma cutter.
It does take patience, for sure. But I still maintain, I had,
Oh, here we go. Oh, he shifted.
I had a much better time bridge porting than I did with the side seals, because the side seals, they send them to you long, and you kind of have to like index them to the rotor. So they don't just send you side seals that just fit right in. And so there's a taper that you have to do on them, but you can't get them too hot either, because then they'll get brittle and then they can crack. So the stuff that yeah, I don't want to do that. That was very tedious. But had a good time with that car. Very fond memories.
You know what my favorite thing to do after you spend all winter putting a car together is to do?
Take it back apart.
Take it back apart. How'd you know I was going to say that?
I don't know. I just figured. Lucky guess, I suppose.
Lucky guess.
Lucky guess, I guess.
It's a lucky guess, I guess. Like Dr. Seuss. Interesting. It's weird that there's coolant coming out of that bolt hole. What a weird thing. The bolt's dry though, so it hasn't been coming out of there until now, I guess. Let's try this one. There's also coolant coming out of that bolt hole.
A lot. Oh my god. Dude.
But the bolt's dry.
Well, was.
How much is coming out?
Moving up. Yep. Okay.
Interesting.
It should be all the way.
That's not normal.
It's okay. I'm not that worried about it.
But that one.
Oh, we got a dry hole.
Not that one.
That one's not. That is a non-dry hole.
That one's a wet one.
Let me get a reference point.
All right, I need to pull. I need to pull the harmonic balancer off.
That would make
That's exciting.
Okay. I'm gonna just put the pad of my finger on.
Still not moving?
No. Second one is the one next to it.
Okay. Well, that's good that it's not moving. Okay.
I should.
What does that mean? Well, I'm trying to find low cam. Gotcha. Very cool.
I really hope that we get in here and find that the cam needs adjustment, and this thing just starts breathing a whole lot better. One thing that I do find interesting about this engine is how much it's still pretty hard to turn over by hand. We've never had any metal in the oil. It's turned over like that since we got it back from the machine shop, but it just doesn't turn over that easy by hand. It's pretty crazy, actually. I'm gonna get the wrench and I'll show you.
I was just about to say, dude, feel this. As soon as I get this done, and then turn out.
No.
This thing turns over just like one hand.
Well, I don't want to. I don't feel that. I like how mine turns over.
I like how mine is impossible to turn over for some reason. I like how abnormally stiff my engine is.
Okay, we're gonna find out how many foot-pounds it takes to turn this engine over. It just clicked. That was 90 foot-pounds.
Oh my god.
It was on compression, but 90 foot-pounds, John.
That's really bad.
That's where your extra 100 foot-pounds of torque is going.
I mean, literally, that's 100 foot-pounds of torque.
Actually.
It takes 100 foot-pounds of torque to turn the engine. Why is that even a thing?
I know we were joking, but that kind of makes sense.
I know.
When you think about it,
Listen. Did you hear it click?
Was that 100?
That was 110 foot-pounds.
Oh my lord.
do we have the Snap-on one?
No.
Okay.
Let's
We should
see
bring
what
the
the
Snap-on
forums
one
say.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring the Snap-on one tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I'm tearing it down to where we can continue to try that, so it'll be fun.
For sure.
But yeah, I need to look into that for some more. I thought
29 to 30 foot-pounds. 30 foot-pounds.
it feels like 30 until it hits compression, to be honest. So
We'll pop the plugs out and really try it.
we'd have to take the plugs out to find out.
Yeah. Do you have the laptop in here?
I took it out.
Did you?
It's over there on the table.
I should probably try to get some of this on big camera.
One of you guys want to run the live for a minute?
Yeah. John, you're busy. I can run the live. I'm not doing anything super important right now.
Okay. I have 1 hour on Amazon to work this
All right, dude. I got it.
Trying to figure out real quick what I need. With the quickness.
Alright, we have the belts off. Accessories are loose. Fan pulley is off. The center removed the harmonic balancer, so that we try to take this timing cover off the front without disturbing too much the oil panel, especially. So, gotta use the big boy to knock loose the crank bolt, and then we'll pop that off. Maybe I should set it at the top of the center first. No, I'm gonna set it with the timing marks. That's it. Alright, here we go.
America.
Gonna take this cord.
Hi.
What you doing?
I I am spinning my engine over to get my cylinder 1 rocker arm on low cam. Is what I need to do.
Anything I can do to help?
So it's taking 100.
I'm good right now. I mean, it's just getting under this thing really isn't an option unless I jack it up. I don't really want to jack it up.
For
It's
sure.
kind of a pain to get the crank bolt. So,
Killer R32 said run a 2-step on the 240.
well, it's not boosted, so there's not much point. But I am gonna put like a pretty spicy rev limit on it.
It's not boosted.
It's ever.
Ever?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't ever see myself needing more power than this.
So I mean, come on, John.
We'll see.
I was gonna say yet.
We'll see where this takes us.
Somehow.
Killer R32 said, "Hell yeah, brother."
Maybe it scares me. I almost never go full throttle with
But it scares you for now.
this. Yes,
It's still kind of a new experience, right?
that is true.
If we're honest.
Just moved. My nose. Can't wait for this haul and be done so I can breathe.
Can I take a question on here?
Yeah.
So Spurlock says, I imagine you've answered this question before, so sorry, but how did all of you meet?
I met Scott when I was like 10. We were neighbors.
Tell him you hated me.
I didn't love Scott that much.
That's a spicy little detail. But do you love me now?
I love you now. And
Okay.
you let me sit in your RX-7 and I shifted it and I thought it was really cool.
That was an FD?
You had an FD there at the time, but the one we always sat in was a Vert FC.
Okay, that's right. So I met John through Anthony, my oldest, and then Devin through John. About, I don't know how many years ago.
I met Devin when I was
It's been a minute.
17.
So maybe like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and John have been hanging out since we were 17. And then it wasn't very long after that.
Yeah.
We were borrowing tools from Scott and using other people's garages to test cars apart.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's true. I'm still getting them back to this day. I'm still finding some. Love it. I love these guys. Killer R32 said, no need for a turbo. They sound insane without them. My friend has an LS2 Holden Commodore and a step up for a burnout car.
Nice. Yeah, I don't exactly know how to make your limiter sound crazy yet, but as soon as I get these push rods figured out, we're gonna put a crazy limiter on it. Yeah, my push rod checker is not the right size. It's not fitting right. I'm making it the same length as my push rods now, and it doesn't fit right. So I'm about to order 3 sets of push rods in increments of 25,000.
Do what you gotta do. Right. It's Amazon, right?
Yeah. So I think I'm about to order just 3 sets of push rods. It's like that right there was just opening the valve. And it is shorter than my current push rod. So it's just not fitting up in the rocker correctly.
Trying not to just make an entire video of me going.
Yes, Spurlock, on permanent loan. You are correct. I think I'm gonna unplug this and show him your new front bumper. What do you think about that?
Yeah, go show him
Yeah.
the bumper.
Guys, let's go check out John's new front bumper. This is the parts Subaru that I use to manual swap everything but the transmission. Transmission had no third gear in this. But check out John's front bumper. That's going on soon. Check out Devin's car. This is another one of his cars. What do you think of that? That's pretty cool. This was featured in the tail video. If you guys have watched that video, then you've already seen this car. But for those of you who haven't, let's do a walk around. Check. Yup, the Z. This thing is so cool. Okay, I feel like an imbecile. I can't get the hood open. Devin, how do you open your hood?
Why?
Cause I'm showing the people your car.
I just thought you might need something.
No, yeah, maybe.
Steal some parts.
Yeah, you know.
It's filthy. I have not cleaned it this year. It's sitting here for like a friggin' week.
I mean, it's not like we haven't been busy.
Yeah, this car has not gotten any love from me this year so far. I need to clean it up and polish it and clean the engine bay. And it needs a lot right now.
It's fine. Look at that. This dude's just snipering the world over here.
Yep. Works so good on this.
Spurlock says, don't let Nevin near that diff again.
Can't get me near that diff right now.
Look at this. She's torn apart. It's alright, we'll get her back together.
I'm about to pull this timing cover and then I'll take it back from you.
Do we have a light around here for you?
It really didn't start getting dark until there was a little less sun out there.
I
I mean,
in fairness, you do have a giant piece of metal blocking the light.
as soon as I get this bolt,
Hi.
but right back here where this bolt is, it's still dripping oil
Is it still that warm?
Yeah, iron block, man.
Iron block V8 motor.
V8 motor holding in all the heat.
All right, looks like we're loose.
Mr. Pufferfish says, any plans for the Mighty Max? Sure, stay tuned. Tires. Yeah, so it does need front tires because I had it parked out on the street. And it got hit. It got hit and it messed up the front right. So we're going to fix that. I do have a lowering kit. So, yes, stay tuned for that.
Not bad. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it and not showing you. Not bad. Looking good. It's about as clean as it was when I put it in there, so that's pretty cool.
All right, Scott, will you watch my rocker arm again?
Sure, let's do it.
We're watching this guy.
Okay,
Right here.
let me plug in real quick.
The only thing I do see that I'm not liking too much is probably the reason why we were getting a little bit of oil leak. When I pushed the crank in, it knocked the spring off the seal. So let's put that back in. But spring's in good shape. Kind of broke. Just respring.
That's gotta be fun.
Look at that.
Is that?
I mean, that's the. I don't know if that's.
It's the loose side. So
It is the loose side.
Yeah.
There's bolts. That's what bolts it on. Okay, let's bring it up into timing and see if the marks line up first. Step one, see if it's even in time as it's supposed to be.
All right, we're checking push rods over here.
That's the not tension side.
So I'm just telling you when this starts to come up.
yeah, let's see. Yeah, is it moving right now?
How loose that feels.
No, now it is. Yep. 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 Yep.
Meant to be.
Go slow this next couple.
Is it coming back up?
It's coming up. Yeah, it's almost all the way up, I think. Yep. Up. Up. And that's probably about it, I think. Yep.
I'm gonna turn it. Let me know if it moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna start again. That's good pressure. Oh.
I got a tiny little ratchet on there.
You got a 1/4-inch drive ratchet on the front.
It's a tiny little ratchet. All right.
I'm looking for another dot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not moving?
It's not. No.
Not moving? Okay.
Why is it still tight? No, it's down.
Yeah, it's still
It
down.
came up.
Oh no, I want it on low cam.
Oh, okay. Well, thought you meant the push rod.
I see.
Going back. Up. Valve spring's coming up. Up.
Okay.
Up. 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 There's a mosquito on me, dude.
Where? Good catch.
We put it in.
That's it.
Right.
Up.
It's all the way up.
I'm barely gonna turn it. Just make sure it doesn't move.
Right. And then when we check it, we were right.
Good.
Good. Didn't move.
Sick.
So that should be.
Okay, that's true low cam. All right. True.
True.
Dude, I like this thing with no front bumper.
Theoretically, top 10 7.
Dude, that thing bit me in like 2 seconds. It was on me.
Mosquito?
Yeah.
I do want to see something.
Okay, we got some comments here.
What do we got?
Spurlock says camping video in the Subaru with the boys. When? It'd be so hectic and a lot of laughs.
What is it?
Camping video in the Subaru.
Camping in the Subaru? Or camping with the Subaru? Can we bring tents?
He said camping video in the Subaru. I'm assuming like tents and not actually in the Subaru.
I mean, why do Subarus get, I guess maybe like a higher suspension level, like Outbacks and stuff, to go like mildly overlanding
How does that
in camp?
Yeah. I'm gonna clean this camera.
That's a lot.
Sorry, guys.
That's aggressive.
Whoa. That looks sick.
Thank you. That's gonna be sick.
Kenneth Bradley said scheduled in June with CJ Rombold. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Cool. Killer R32. Any power add-on for the Buick?
Besides everything we've already done, no, not at the moment. Let's make sure that we can get it running healthy this way first, and then maybe we'll talk about a little nitrous or something, you know? Or something cool. I don't know. Nitrous might be crazy, but I would like it. I just wanna make it have so much torque that it twists the chassis off the line.
Coming off the line. Yeah. So much torque. Spurlock says definitely with tents. I bet if you all slept in the Subi, it'd be nicknamed the gas chamber. LOL.
Oh yeah, especially with John.
Oh yeah. Garethun Nuvakin says turbo blow through big block? Question mark.
Blow through big block. We're already at a pretty high compression ratio, which is not always great for turbo.
What is that tiny little?
If we were gonna go turbo, we would have to go aluminum heads first to be able to start pulling some heat out of the combustion chambers. But I mean, it's still a pretty cool idea. I'd like to.
Yep.
Still checking push rods. It's my first time. I've never done this before.
Instructions. For that time list. It's the original box. And I got comp cam stickers. Scott, you want a comp cam sticker for your
Sure.
Subaru?
I'm not running comp cans.
Oh.
I would.
Well, then you can't have the sticker.
I would be. What are they? Poser. Thank you. That's what I was.
Front of the 240 looks good, John.
Thank you.
That's what they said, not me. Those aren't my words.
I didn't say that.
Oh, come on. It does look good.
I didn't even look at it yet. I just didn't. I'm not gonna lie. He's my friend. I haven't even got to see it yet.
I'll pull the structure on, but I'll just get it done.
So you need.
Spurlock asked if Scott has trust issues if I'm holding a tape measure near you. I think maybe he's talking like, you know, like.
Oh. Yes.
Did we do it? Is there a tape measure one somewhere?
Oh.
Either that or it's somebody who knows me from my past life.
No, he's asking if you trust me
No,
with.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Was there a tape measure one?
I don't remember. My favorite one's still the tooling on the drive shaft on the 240 rear diff video.
Yeah.
The rear diff video for the 240. If you want to see a good a good shot to the Scots. Watch the 240 video with the rear
Did
diff.
you say the B word? It's not technically a.
The Scots are still funnier.
Dude, somewhere in all of our footage, there's one of John and only one of John. It will probably ever be.
You talking about the North Carolina video?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's somewhere in all of the vast.
Is it in
footage.
the North Carolina video?
No, it's not in the
Never
video.
made it, unfortunately. Is it the tire pressure gauge?
Yeah, I think John snuck in at night and pulled it from the footage.
He did.
I begged to have that in
Nah.
Nope. You remember
I remember.
what we had to do to get that shot.
Yeah. How many times?
Just more than once.
John, can you tell us about what those white things are on your spark plug wires?
Those are ceramic.
Why?
Because it looks sick.
You know how normally, like on a Silverado, if you change the spark plug wires, they have those big, ugly metal heat shields on them?
Yeah,
So I got these instead. Because those are ugly.
those are really cool.
Thank you.
So they're solid ceramic,
Yep.
like
Yep.
like a toilet,
Or like a spark plug. Also.
or like a urinal.
Or like a spark plug. It's also ceramic.
That is.
Or like
You're
a,
right. That's other things that are ceramic.
Or like a ceramic vase.
Yes,
Like
a
a-
beautiful vase. Or
No, more like a grandma's ugly floral vase.
wow,
Yeah, they are very cool.
they're cheap. They're extremely cheap.
Does the 240 wink like a Miata if they do work?
They don't work, and I don't think 240s do that. I don't think you can button mash it and make it wink.
See, people do it with
Designed
Preludes.
too well.
Yeah, it's built way better than Mazda.
I've seen people do it
Who
with.
would drive a Mazda?
Yeah. Well, your Miata still has the Miata engine in it.
It does. It's basically a Ford engine, so
Yeah, so not
So-
much different.
yeah.
Japanese car with a Ford engine. Japanese car with a Chevy
Chevy
engine.
Yep.
Potato.
Potato.
Tomato. Tomato, potato.
Thought it was potato.
Dude, I'm having a
No.
horrible time
Tomato,
finding
tomato.
low-
No, you're going to have to look that up. You're having what?
a horrible time finding low cam right now because my engine's so hard to get to turn it over.
Is there not information about top dead center? What's at low cam at top dead center? If you set it to top dead center, you can figure out which cylinder is at low cam.
Yeah, I could pull a spark plug or something.
No, I mean there's I mean I know there is for like 350s and stuff. There's like a torque sequence for an adjusting sequence for your rockers, and it tells you to put it at top dead and then go
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
and tighten these ones and then go to whatever.
It has that. I just don't know where top dead is right now.
I hear you.
I got no marks.
You got no
But
marks.
I'm pretty sure I'm there. I'm pretty sure.
I guess there's no reason for you to have marks on your harmonic balancer.
So, but I'm pretty sure I just made it there. So, good. Now I can actually measure.
I'm gonna show them the inside of your car.
Packed full of stuff right now.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think they've seen this much interior in it yet,
No.
or this quality shifting apparatus. Look at that. Ask John about it.
What is it? The.
It's just so.
It's a Willy Wonka looking shift. No.
From out here, I can understand why people are questioning why it does that.
Charlie in the
I love it.
240 SX.
Charlie in the 240 SX. That's good.
I love it. It looks wild.
There's a reason. There's a method to the madness, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Does the welded shifter make it feel different, John?
Yes. It's taller, so it shifts better. Because taller shifters shift better up into a point. I did put a keg like a keg knob on one of my cars one time, way too long, way too far. It's
Yeah.
not shift good.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta find the optimal height.
I like a shorter shifter because it's Click here. You get like the.
Longer.
I like the notchy.
Longer.
I actually took my longer shifter off and put a shorter one.
J57S said, "You know that thing that goes on your head to make it look like an arrow went through your head?" That's funny.
That is the most accurate.
That's gold.
That's really funny.
How you pronounce that one? Oops.
Troll.
True.
Oh, he's been on the live before.
I know, but I just don't want to mispronounce it. Troll323 said, "Hello there, boys." Also said, "How are things looking?"
Looking good.
Looking
Figured
good.
out what push rods I need.
Speaking of looking good. Goodness. Anyway. So what have you found so far? Did you get a measurement or what?
No, my tool doesn't fit. My tool doesn't fit right.
It's not long enough?
No, it's the ends. The ends don't thread or don't seat into the rocker arm correctly. So it's giving me false readings. If I set this shorter than my push rods are now, it gets tight.
Hmm.
The end isn't fitting in correctly.
Is that not for LS?
It's supposed to be, but it was also $11. So I'm gonna order 3 sets of push rods.
Can we compare tips?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't. There's not much to see there, is there? It doesn't look that much more crazy.
But I can set this to like probably 50 thousandths less than this,
Yeah.
and it starts pushing the valve down.
Yeah, if I could get it to focus on it.
I was thinking about just grinding it down,
There we go.
or Amazon has free returns, so I can just order 3 sets of push rods.
I would just order 3 sets of push rods.
That's what
How much time you got? You got 7 minutes before you got to order them?
7 minutes to order them, so I'm just gonna order the next 3 sizes up.
Yeah.
And see which ones fit.
Do that.
I'm gonna do that.
That sounds awesome.
Look at him.
It's just sometimes you just got to look at them.
You just look at him.
They said if you keep standing there like that, your back's going to be more bent than John Shifter. For real, that's what they said.
Your best impression of John Shifter.
Yeah. How John went. We'll wait till John comes back. I'll show you guys where I'm at over here.
Do you want me to take over the live?
Oh, you're good. I am not going to. Well,
Can't find what I need to find.
there's one
anyway,
thing
so-
I need to check. So, yeah, go ahead and run the live. There's a cord on it,
can-
even though it's not plugged in anymore.
can
Well,
take
I need you to probably record this.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here's the biggest thing that I was nervous of, and we're going to find out. I really don't want to pull the oil pan. I don't know if I can do the oil pan without picking the engine up. I don't think it's going to. So in order to get this thing on, it's got to sit pretty much flush with the end of the nose of the crankshaft, and it looks like that might be interfering with my oil pan if you look at it close. But we're going to find out. Get that crank bolt back out. It's looking close. I'd really like for it to be able to just go on it and not have to worry about it. Wow, that's tight. You're gonna have to get the impact back out. I think it's gonna fit. As long as it doesn't hit the can. My can's got a big old nose. Now when you first put this thing on, it doesn't matter where you put it, because you don't know True Top Dead Center yet. So you just kind of lock it in wherever, and then start from there. So it looks like we're good. It looks like that's going to be able to turn, not hit anything. That's good.
Sick.
That is sick. So what I'm going to need to do is find Engine's True Top Dead Center with, and then put my little indicator right here. I need to bend it to stand off of like this bolt right here, and then be our marker. And then find the Engine's True Top Dead Center with a little bit of math, and then once it's there, unlock that bolt, spin that wheel perfectly to 0, and then the cam wheel and crankshaft are in sync. They're good. So then anywhere we measure from there is a true measurement of the crankshaft's rotation. Make sense?
Got you.
So that's going to be first step tomorrow, is pulling the spark plug out, and you have to turn the engine over to where the piston comes up and hits the spark plug stop that you install. And then you write down the measurement that you get off that wheel, because you lock it in here. It doesn't matter where, but you need to lock it in. And then you turn it all the way over the other way and hit the piston again, write down that measurement, and then you find the average or mean of those two numbers, the halfway point between those two numbers, and that's your True Top Dead Center. And then you pull the stop out, put it to that degree before you unlock it, and then unlock it, move to 0, lock it in, and sync. And then you basically do the same process with the cylinder 1 intake lifter.
Sweet.
Interesting. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it for tonight.
Yeah.
It's getting late here. I don't know what time it is where you guys are, but it is.
8 o'clock.
We started at 8, and it's 8 o'clock.
Time to wrap it up.
It's been a long day. Scott don't even have time to say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.
New video coming out this Friday is just going to be us doing some finishing touches on these cars, trying to get them done as quick as we can so that we can get out and use them. We also have something pretty fun coming up in the next week or so, depending on how it goes, because it's kind of an unknown. We bought something that's somewhere that needs to be here, and we can't tell it. So we need to get it back somehow. We gotta go get it. So keep an eye out for that video too. You guys have been asking for an adventure video, and that should be one. See you later, guys.
Thanks.